Hi, I'm Erika Plumb with the Flaherty team at eXp Realty Brokerage. We're here today to discuss finding your community when moving to Orangeville, Mono, Caledon, Erin, and surrounding communities. Today we have Melanie Tate joining us from Probus, so we can learn how Probus brings like-minded people together. Melanie, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Excellent, excellent. So, what is Probus? How long has it been around?
Well, it's been around in Canada and worldwide for a long time. Probus is a club for anyone who is retired or semi-retired who would like to meet like-minded people to do a whole variety of things. And our local club has been in place since 1987, but there's clubs all over the world, and some of them are far older than ours. The Probus means pro, professional, and bus business.
Excellent.
So those are the people that we tend to attract.
Terrific. And what sort of geographical area are the members from?
We have people coming from all over the place in our general area: Shelburne, Erin, certainly Mono, Mulmer. I'm probably forgetting some. Orangeville itself, obviously.
Right. I think you had mentioned Caledon before, right?
Yes, all of Caledon, yes, and Palgrave.
Mm-hmm. And so you had said the age range is what again?
Well, our typical member at this point in time is 75.
Okay.
So our club is a little older than we would like. We're hoping to appeal to the younger retiree, just to balance us out, and also to get more help with general activities that we provide for our community.
Okay, all right. So when you say the younger retiree, we're talking like 50 plus or semi-retired, whatever that may be? We
do not have an age limit on either end.
Okay.
It's just semi-retired or retired.
Excellent. So what
sorts we do have members in their late 50s and through the 60s and 70s.
Okay, excellent. So what sort of groups do you currently have?
We have 9 interest groups.
Okay.
Every club has interest groups. We happen to have 9. So I won't be able to list them all because 9 is beyond what I can remember at one time. But we have cycling, hiking. I belong to the French conversation group. We have a book club. We have a gardening group, bird watching, and 3 others. That
you had mentioned once before financial planning.
Yes, there's a financial group, an investment group.
Investment group, yes.
Yeah.
So would more groups be able to be added, like if somebody wanted to think up a new group?
Absolutely. We were closed down, as was everybody, during COVID. So we've just been up and running for, I think it's been about a year, almost a year. Okay. And as we've been getting going, our old groups have come back on board, but there's certainly room for more. I know there's one member has spoken to me about getting some kind of a wine and cheese tasting group.
Wow,
it's not ready to go, but I think it's a wonderful idea.
Yes, wonderful. Now, I think you had mentioned at one point speakers. What sort of speakers do you have come to see the group?
Well, I thought I'd tell you about 3 of the speakers we've had recently.
Excellent.
That were excellent. We had our last speakers were from the Lennox Farm, which is in Shelburne, and they are rhubarb producers.
Okay.
So they talked to us about their rhubarb operation. And one of the most interesting things for me is that they grow winter rhubarb in the dark. And I had certainly never heard of anything like that before. Yeah. They have a really vibrant farm. Their focus is family, good food, local economy, and all of those kinds of things. And they were very, very interesting. A little while ago, we had a talk from Senator Robert Black, who's a federal senator. And he was born and raised in the Fergus area.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, a local boy. And he talked to us about what the steps are that you have to go through in order to become a senator. It was an extremely interesting talk, and he was an excellent speaker. We had another couple come and speak to us, Ivana and John Benda. They live in our community. They recently had an article in the Hills, actually. They're architects born in Czechoslovakia. They came here in 1997, and they built a model home for themselves that was featured in the Hills magazine. But they talked to us about the work they did in China. They've been involved in some really immense architectural projects in China for some time. And
Wow.
what they did is they talked to us about the difference in approach between China and the Western world in terms of business. Extremely interesting. And then we had a talk by an archaeologist who spoke about doing archaeology in the Andes. And he had some wonderful pictures, but he also talked about how he used satellite imagery to locate sites that had held promise. So those are some examples of the kinds of speakers we get.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. So when you have these meetings, how often do you have the meetings where all the groups come together?
Our general meeting is once a month.
Okay.
And the meeting is a business meeting at the beginning when all the interest groups, we find out what everybody's doing. And then coffee break, which is a very important part of the meeting for everybody, when we can talk to each other, get to know each other.
Right.
And then after that, the speaker comes on. There's a speaker at every meeting, and they have about 45 or 50 minutes, and then there's a question period. After the meeting, there is a lunch somewhere that's been organized by one of our groups called Let's Eat. And it can be a whole variety of things. Recently, we have had a pizza lunch. We had an Italian lunch, pasta and fish and so on, but done in the Italian style. We had a lunch at a diner. We're going to go and have lunch at Mrs. Mitchell's very soon. We're having Irish stew at one of the local churches. So that's another thing we do. We eat together.
Good stuff. That way everyone can get to know each other better, right?
Exactly. That's kind of the point. Yeah.
Excellent. So
we all wear name badges.
Oh, good.
And we have to wear our name badges because we have to put faces to the names.
Yes.
So that's another way we get to know each other.
So Melanie, since you've been with Probus, tell me a little bit about your experience. Like, what value have you gained?
Well, my husband and I moved here in 2020, September, just in time for everything to close down, including Tim Hortons. Like, everything was shut up.
Yes.
And so we couldn't meet anybody, and we had no friends here. So when things started to open up a little bit, we went to a number of different places to meet some people, and then we were encouraged to go to Probus to meet people, and that's what we did. And we could see right away it was a really vital organization with lots of interesting things going on. Mm-hmm. So we joined. At this point, I am the vice president of Probus, and I will become the president in the fall.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Peter helps out with the audiovisual stuff and computer technology because that's his specialty. We both take part in the events group. Now, the events are things like going to a theatrical production or attending a tour of, for example, the events group did a tour of Georgian Bay. Just last week, we were at a play at the Orangeville Theater.
Okay.
Those kinds of things. The events group is very busy. So we take part, and we are also involved in the leadership of the group, which I really enjoy.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Melanie. I really appreciate all your time. It's wonderful speaking with you as always. Um, for everyone else who's watching, I'm the one who helped Peter and Melanie move to Orangeville. So if you are looking to move to Orangeville or Mono, Caledon, Erin, or any of the surrounding areas, please give us a call and we'll help you not only find your new home, but transitioned into a new community, the same as Melanie and Peter here have as well. Thank you so much.
We have found Orangeville to be a very good fit for us.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Melanie. Really, truly appreciate it.
For more real estate information, contact Erika Plumb at 226-916-0709 or visit clarity.ca.